Shalom, more praise be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem B'cha Kodash. Double honor unto the elder apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone who rule well and he taught us this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. And this is just going to be a quick video. And the title of this one is Big Shirley is Satan, man. Okay, Big Shirley is Satan. And, hey, shout out to the elder apostle Rakar, man. Who, the spirit of the Lord, the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is upon him. Of course, the elder apostle gets into a variety of many topics of importance, but the spirit of the Lord is definitely on him to expose and forever highlight and make known the relevance of this devil in the form of the black woman. Okay, now some people may take it as a joke, some people may take it as entertainment, but we who have an ear to hear, as the scripture says, see the spirituality and learn and take heed to the important lessons thereof. Because, man, the scriptures speak about many have run out of their wits, roughly paraphrasing for a woman, man, and a woman is a subtle but major reason as to why many men fall off. Okay, many men fall off, and it's crazy out here, man. And there's many aspects to them, and at the end of the day, they feature heavily in end time prophecy. Okay, so they have to be spoken about, and it's a must needs that we remain wary and alert to the stupidity and demonic behavior of the so-called black woman, man. Okay, now I'll say this: you've got sisters who are in the truth and do not subscribe to such lifestyles. Rather seek after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in decency and in order, which essentially is in secrecy and good behavior. Well, then this doesn't apply to you. Don't feel a type of way. And the elect sister, or the elect lady, as the scripture speaks about, won't feel a type of way. But we have to speak about these things because it is evidently clear and evidently a truth within the society of so-called Israelites, which they're really just black people at this point in time and will be destroyed. Now you've got this social media, I guess she's like an influencer, Oloni Baby. I believe she's a Nigerian woman somewhere in England. I don't know too much about her. I've seen her face here and there. But she's like an influencer woman, right? And she's gone on Twitter, or now called X, and she's posted up a tweet, and obviously it's going to create a thread and people are going to comment under it. But her question was ladies and ladies only. Okay, listen good, ladies and ladies only. Yeah, because men don't do this type of shit, man. You reject a man, the man might at worst cuss you out and get in his emotions, and not that I would even suggest that, but that's as far as a man would usually go. Like, man don't turn to Satan because a gal rejected him. Like, what happened to you, man? Ladies and ladies only. I want you to DM me, which is direct message, about a time that you've used black magic to woo a guy you liked. Absolutely crazy, man. And then the caption of the post, the people that posted this, the bucket list, all you men, be safe out there because this is actually mad. And you're damn right it's actually mad. Alright? So this person, obviously she's kept them anonymous, but it says, I was dating this guy in uni for 6 months, but he kept cheating. My cousin told me about why the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. She lives in Niger, which is Nigeria. So most likely that's Judah or Levi, but most likely Judah. She brought me in on feeding him 3 different meals with my period blood. This was supposed to stop him from looking at another woman. I think it worked because we're happily married, Oloni, and he stopped his madness. Please keep me anonymous. My hubby reads your TL. My cousin is married too. So you got this woman that has been putting period blood. Her cousin suggested her putting period blood in her damn man, in her husband's 3 meals a day, you know, and that stopped him from cheating. Now, number one, there's no such thing as a man cheating. Okay, a man can deal with as many women as he wants. Now, whether it be expedient, you know, that's another question. Whether he's able to look after these women he's dealing with, that's another question. Okay, you know, if they be Israelites, as well as looking after her, that's another question. Because dealing with multiple women ain't just about how many holes you can stick your piece in. No, it comes with responsibilities. Yeah, you know, it comes with financial flexibility and various things in being able to look after multiple women. What if he gets these women pregnant? He has to look after their youths and things of that nature. So it's not just a free for all. Oh, I can have as many women as I want. You know, that's not how the Bible works, man. You know, it's not a promotion of just sexual lewdness and, you know, no discipline. There's repercussions, there's responsibilities, and there's expectations. Even when you deal with a lot of women, even if they're not on the level of wife, even if they're a concubine, there's certain disciplines and expectations and responsibilities that come with dealing with more than one woman, period. Okay, so I'm not saying that it's just because it's within a man's right, you should go and do it. That's not the point. But the point is, he's allowed to do it, right? If he can meet the necessary requirements, all right? So there's no such thing as a man cheating, yeah? But obviously in this day and age, they don't see like that, of course, you know? So she resorted to putting period blood in his thing, and then now he's just into her. You know, a lot of these men that, over here in the UK, they call it whipped. Okay, being whipped is like when you're like just totally into your one woman, and like you just don't want nothing to do with nobody else. You're just totally into her. Everything's about her. They'd say hey bro, you're whipped, man. She got you whipped, or you're whipped over her, you know. And again, if it happened organically or naturally, you know, and she's not a god to you, but you're genuinely into your one woman, then fair enough. You know, like brothers have been with one woman for like over 10 years, you know, and, you know, they still into her, and they're happily doing their thing as a couple in a biblical marriage, then fair enough, innit? But when it's happening non-organically and it's happening through satanic means, man, fuck the woman, man. Okay, she up there putting period blood in a man's food, man, while she's cooking. Like, do you know how disgusting that is? And the scriptures speak about, boy, life is in the blood. So when she's demonically tapped in, man, what she's doing, she's feeding him demons, man. Literally feeding him demons via the means of her nasty excretion of filth that comes out of her, man. You know, and these women, man, look, you know, we don't have to put our personal business out there, but, you know, sometimes, you know, brothers may share things here and there, and it's like you kind of live the same storyline, just with a different woman, because when you start dealing with them, man, they get backed up, they feel cut, they feel like, you know, I don't know, yeah, and you're just so hard on me, and no, I have to be, man, okay, you know, I have to be hard on you, man. I have to check what's up. I have to scrutinize every little thing, man. Because you could be into some madness and I don't know about it, man. Next thing you know, I'll start feeling funny. And it's because of you, man. You know? Yes. You know, I speak for myself. I scrutinize, and still to this day, every single action. Now, I don't make everything a thing. You know, everything I notice, I don't have to say. You know, because, hey, man, the scriptures speak about the woman being the weaker vessel, man. You know, one thing about dealing with women as a man is we have to be able to accept that I mean, apart from the very last day, the very last time when, 7 women shall take hold of one man, they got to be on your program and move at your speed. But in terms of like a normal life, as it were, you have to accept women and children slow you down, man. Women and children slow you down. As a man, we're very, we're decided, we're very definite, we're very quick and precise and calculated with our actions. Cool, I want to go here, boom, 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 do this, do that, do that. If you got a woman, man, like if you plan to be by the shop, in the shopping mall by 11 a.m. on a Sunday morning, yeah, if you got a woman, yeah, try and understand. You say, baby, we're going to be here for 11 a.m. Yeah, more than likely you're going to reach there 12:30 or 1 in the afternoon. Just because and it's not that she's doing it on purpose. They just can't move with the swiftness and the precision of a man. They're more relaxed. They're more into the emotions. They're more into the process of it all rather than the actual reason of it all, So that's also a part of dealing with them as the weaker vessel. On top of that, if you have children, naturally babies slow you down, and that's no fault of their own. They need to be catered to in every single form, up until about the age of 5. You gotta, hey, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you put your boxers on? Did you put your socks on? Did you put your shoes on? Did you brush your teeth? You gotta do all of that. So naturally it slows you down. So women and children slow you down, man. But it's the spirit of the Lord that's gonna have to be upon brothers and their families to where they're able to move quick in that day, man. But the point is, you have to understand that with women. So the point I make is not every little thing you have to scrutinize with them, but overall you have to scrutinize and watch them, because sometimes you got wicked ones out there that will be out there trying to do some madness, man. Talking about period bloodline, and that's non-negotiable, man. All right, don't care how much you think you love this woman or how long you've been with her. If you ever see a woman do or talk this nonsense, man, you gotta show her the door, man. You gotta show her the door. And when I came in, some years ago now, I remember hearing from I remember hearing from the apostles, man. This is when they were back on 34th Street, and I'll get the scriptures. I just want to read these, and I'll get the scriptures. But I remember hearing from the apostles, and they said, you could be with a woman, and everything could be cool. 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 10 years, whatever. But at any moment, be ready for them to switch up on you, and you have to be ready and agile enough to say, okay, and that's it, and it's done. And I came in at an age where, I was still quite young, so I didn't know anything about relationships or anything serious at that point, and I remember making at the time it was a vow. I didn't even know it was a vow, and I said, Lord, if you allow me to come into this truth fully, I'll never deny you or leave you for a woman. And I didn't know it was a vow at the time, but as I grew, I realized, oh shit, I made a vow unto the Lord. And I say this humbly, man, but not that a woman has wanted to make me leave, but women have tried to make me leave. The truth on 2 occasions, on a serious level, as in they were working hard, to try and get me out and divert my attention fully onto them. And all praises be unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. They're done and dusted, and I'm still here. Lord willing, it stays that way, man. So be careful of the vows you make, because the Lord will come round and make sure you pay up on it, man. And if you don't, then you won't be held guiltless, as says the Lord. But these women out here, man, some of them are mad, man. Okay, it says the next one, I did a spell to get a boyfriend. It included bay leaves at the crack of dawn on a full moon and sleeping with the leaves under my pillow. I got a boyfriend and he loved me hard. It backfired because I didn't love him. I just loved that he loved me. Next time I'll be doing magic for real love. So she did the magic. It worked. Right? And then he's all infatuated and so-called in love. Really just a deep demonic infatuation. And now she wants it to stop. But it won't stop because she already did the witchcraft on him, man. Again, man, you go up in these, hey, look, man, you may live with your woman, but is most advisable, man. It's either, and you know, like, let's be real, man, especially over here in England, there's so many scrutinizing checks that's got to be done for you to get a house. So it may make sense financially to pull out the house thing with your woman 50-50. You know, I'm not going to be silly and say, oh, you know, you get your own place and then you have to pay your own rent and your car, and then she just, no, bro. Like, to live in London, man, comfortably, yeah, to live in London comfortably, you have to be making over 100k. Yeah, you can live a decent lifestyle with less than that, but to be living comfortably and no worry in the world, you have to be around about 100k, man. You know, less than 100k, some way, shape or form, something has to give, something has to compromise if you're living in London, okay? You know, so you may pull out the house thing where both of your names are on the house, that's fine, you know, or, you know, whatever the case may be, whatever, man. But don't be in a situation as best as possible where she is the number one boss, man, of the house, man. You know, because she can do certain things. Oh, babe, why did you put the bay leaves there? What? It's my house. I can do what I want. Type of thing. You know, check these women out, man. You know, something I have always done and would advise is when you get with a woman, man, hang around her when she's cooking. Okay, there's certain things that, you know, men have preferences anyhow, which I'm not going to get into. But one thing I make it my business to do every time I get in a serious situation, you know, and I don't really deal with more women than the ones I do now, you know, my woman now and thing of that nature. But you know, when a man's looking around for a spouse, you know, there's certain things you gotta look for, man. But one thing I always made it my business to do was to be in the kitchen with them as they're cooking. And you're gonna play it off as, oh, lovey-dovey, you know, I'm just gonna sit here and I might even help you out, or may just sit there and, you know, pull up a chair and watch you cook and conversate with you. And they think, oh, this guy's so sweet, he's into me, he's so romantic, he's not just in the living room watching TV, he'd rather come to the kitchen and listen and have a deep conversation with me about life and my goals and my dreams as I cook. Yeah, man, your aqua, baby, we're supplying out here, man. Even these damn other Israelite women, man, because some of them are demonic, man. The reason I'm in the kitchen watching you cook for a good month or two, you know, yeah, you may think I'm just being into you and that, which I may be, but the real reason I'm doing it is because I'm analysing how you cook, man. Because food is a very big part to human life. But when you get into Israelite culture and customs, food is a very big part of etiquette and respect. All right. So how a person prepares food, all right, and serves it to you shows the level of etiquette and respect they have onto you. But in a deeper level than that, I need to know what you're putting in your food. You know, I may not be allergic to a lot of things, but there's certain things I don't eat. I want to see if I've told you, hey, baby, I don't eat that. Are you still going to try and incorporate pork powder or shrimp sauce or whatever the fuck it could be? You know, I also want to see if you're doing any dodgy things. I want to see if it's you're whispering over my food. You know, I want to see if you're involving numerology in the amount of shakes you do with the powder and the seasoning. You know, I want to see certain things, man. You know, yeah, and I've done that, man. You know, I remember one time, my woman, she could cook extremely well, man, extremely well. And I remember one time she said to me, yeah, when we first got together, it's like you was judging me, like I was on a cooking show, like you was watching me. You know? I said, yeah. You know, now later, years down the line, I can tell her, like, yeah, I was watching your ass, man. You know, because I don't know who the fuck you are. You know, we just started dealing, man. I don't know who the hell you are, man. You don't eat food from nobody, man. Okay? You know, that's an Israelite custom again. All right? When somebody serves you food, you inquire about it. Not that you're cussing them out, but you do it in a respectful way. Who cooked this? Oh, my wife cooked it, or my daughters cooked it. Okay. What's the process? What entails the making of this meal? How was it made? You know, what was the you know, and if the person's transparent and honest, they'll tell you. Then you can feel comfortable to eat from that person. But if a person just serves you food and how did you make it? Don't worry about that. What the fuck do you mean don't worry about that, man? Crazy out here, man. The spiritual, I'm going to speed this up so I can get some scriptures. The spiritual man said that the powder would put him in a sleep so she can do all her chants, you see. So my girl came back home, made man's some nice, she's typing like English slang, like some 2005 slang, made man or the man some nice fufu, which is a, fufu is, I believe, a Ghanaian dish, all right, and you know, I'm not a Judite, but I've fucked with Judites heavy my whole life, man. You know, I like their women, and I mean, I like other tribes as well, but yeah, man, Judite women, you know, brothers that know me. Hey, man, I like Judite women, and I love Judite food, man. You know, I grew up in a so-called Benjamite household, even though my father's side, it really goes back to Ephraim, you know, but it's neither here nor there. But, yeah, man, you know, people always say to me, like, oh, how come you're so into, like, West African food? I'm like, yo, like, West African food is the shit, man. You know, big up to the West Coast, man. I love that food, you know. So I know all about that, man. Yeah, man. But, yeah, so fufu's like it's a dish, man. And it says, and goat meat soup, and put her black powder in. Boy ate the food, then fell asleep. Everything was going as planned. She started to do her chants. Then this man wakes up as she's mid-chant. Turns out the black powder she received was actually just powdered charcoal. So the spiritual man, what's the word, man? He frauded her, man. It weren't no damn left-hand powder. It was just grounded up charcoal, you know. But the point is, she attempted that. Now imagine that man as he woke up watching this woman do some chants over him, man. I mean, I know what I would have done, you know, and it's stuff that I can't say on here, okay, you know. In the words of Mike Tyson, I'm gonna assail you, man. If you don't back up, man, I'm gonna assail you. Go look up the word assail, okay. If a woman is over me doing chants, man, and I'm waking up to her doing chants over me, all right, I'm gonna assail that bitch, man. Okay. Quickly, when I was in college, I really liked this guy, so I had my best friend's mum put a spell on him. You see, he's even these big women, man. These big women, the scriptures speak about, you know what, man, I'm going to end it on this one because there's quite a few more. But you get the point, man. These women are crazy. Actually, the next one looks all right. Got my best friend's mum to put a spell on him. She informed me that in order to do the spell, she needed a strand of his hair, cut an entire lock off while he was asleep. He thought it had fell out. Afterwards, he was the perfect man, but I still wanted to be a whore, so I dumped him. This was 5 years ago, and he still texts me at least 3 times a week, telling me how much he loves me. About 3 months ago, he even planned a romantic getaway for us to Jamaica. I haven't dated this man in 4 years. Lol. So she's laughing about. See, these women, man, they don't even want these men, but they're out of whatever demonic greed they have on them, they'll put them under a witchcraft spell and then go and be a whore. She just said it. I wanted to be a whore. And it's her friend's mum that helped them do it. You know, again, these women, man, you get with them. Can I wash your clothes? No, you cannot wash my clothes. Right? That's a right you have to earn, man. Now you can say, oh, misogynistic, toxic masculinity. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Okay? You get with a woman. No, she cannot wash your clothes on week 1 of being with her. No, she cannot cook every dish for you on week 1 of being with her. That bitch has to go through scrutinizing after scrutinizing after scrutinizing, man. I don't know what powder you're gonna try to rub up on my clothes along with the washing detergent. I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know what you're gonna put in the food. All right, you know. Can I just stay? No, you cannot stay over at my house straight away, man. All right, I'm gonna take your ass back to where you reside. Then when I've fully scoped you out, then you can come closer, man. What it is that familiarity breeds contempt, sweeps across the board in many areas of life, man. Let any women feel too comfortable with you, sleeping around them and doing this. Them niggas be taking strands of your hair out, man. You know, strands of your hair out. Okay. You know, crazy shit out here, man. That's ridiculous. Okay, so you may not believe me, I actually did a ritual to get someone very high profile to start liking me. Within 12 hours, he liked my picture on Instagram, messaged me. We go to the same gym, and one night, he even drove me home. And it would sound crazy, but if I told you who he was, it would sound even worse. I used to have a celebrity crush on him and thought he was way out of my league until we started chatting at his gym, which is also my gym. Oh, I'm not reading that, man. Or whatever. Read this last one. Okay, I've done all of this. This guy was a difficult man, a jerk for no reason. We didn't go anywhere. He wouldn't call was distant, whatever that means. This ritual leading up to the full moon that ended with planting a picture of us outside, wrapped around the candles used for the ritual. All of a sudden, he's taking me places and being so affectionate, better in bed, cuddly, best summer ever. So these women are getting there. See what they don't care about the man. The man is just the tool to facilitate a good summer or a good cuddled up winter with a man, because that's what social media tells them. I've got a man. Women don't care about the man. They care about the aesthetic of what they're getting out of the man and the goods they're getting out of the man. We took pictures. We went to Winter Wonderland. We did this. We did that. These bitches be waiting for the full moon to be banging Jojo on you, man, with candles outside and your photo. Okay, you know, that's absolute madness. Now what I'm gonna do, the older woman. This is the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3, and it says, "The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things." So we just had that one where the woman said, oh, her best friend's mum showed them what to do. Well, that's not being a teacher of a good thing. This is why these fucking black women have to go, man. Okay, it's predominantly, out of all the tribes, it's predominantly Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, man. Yeah, the Latin tribes, they do their shit as well, don't get me wrong. But on a disgustingly huge level, it's Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Them niggas be doing some shit, man. Not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, man. Here they are giving explanations on how to bang Judge, man. You know, what the fuck, man? That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. Putting a man under a demonic spell is not love, man. That's controlling infatuation in all selfishness, man. That's demonic. That's satanic. Okay? You know, to be discreet, chase keepers at home. They're not doing these things so that they can be keepers at home. They're doing these things so men can take them out, fly them out to Dubai, fly them out to Jamaica, do this for them, do that for them, go on dates and do this and do that. And there ain't nothing wrong with treating your woman. Okay, I ain't saying that. But the point is, when a woman's go seeking the devil, right, for a man to do these things, they don't care about the home as their primary place of concern to look after. They care about going outside, man. As they say, we outside. Yeah, these bitches outside. And they're dragging you niggas out there with them come hell or high water. As the saying goes, man. Even if they have to consult Satan. Okay. You know. Alright. There's the one where it says, not a witch to live. So what do you think is going to happen to these women? They're going to die. Okay, they're going to die. They will die, man. Okay, all these women that's out here banging witchcraft on men are going to die. Okay, I've had a woman tell me, I went up in her house one time and I said, nah, I ain't coming back here again. You know, and she offered me food. I kindly rejected. You know, she offered me the box. I said, you know, not on this occasion, man. And then she got offended and all kind of things. And then she pulled out tarot cards and candles, man. And she said, yeah, I spoke to the higher powers about you before you came. And this is a black bitch, okay? You know, she said she used to go church. A lot of them still go church, but they're doing this bullshit in the background, man. I spoke to the higher powers about you, the spirit guides before you came, and I rearranged the cards. And they said to me that you're a protected one. And there's something about you. I don't know what it is, but I don't like you anymore. This was your last chance to deal with me, you know, to be with me. She was talking like that, and her voice started to change. And I was like, yeah, man, I gotta get the fuck out of here, man. But what it was is the demons was letting her know, and I say this humbly, man, but the demons was letting her know, man, that I'm protected by Yahweh Shem Yahshai B'Hashem Kodash. So whatever demons that she was trying to get to manipulate me, the holy angels were fighting them off, man. There's something different about, yeah. And her voice started changing, and I was like, yo, man, I need to get the fuck out of here. But he's a black bitch, a curvy black bitch, okay? You know, and the last I saw and heard about her, she's now a big Shirley, way out of weight, her weight's all over the place. But she used to go to church, you know, a cute fat bitch. You know, the face is cute, but the body's fat. Now she's looking all out of shape, all over the place, wobbly. You know, a wobbly woman. All right, but a couple of years ago, you'd have thought she's attractive, man. Okay, the most I done fucked her up. But the point is that these women that you think are cool, you know, they're not cool, man. You know, and I work a job. I'm gonna put it out there, but I work a job where I have to be in people's houses. If I'm not in the office, I'm in people's houses, man. And a lot of Edomites as well. And Jake, man, I was showing brother some pictures the other day, and I stopped doing it because I showed a brother a picture, and he said he started to feel funny straight away. So you have to be considerate of the Arkham. But I've got countless photos on my phone of going into people's houses, and when I'm surveying certain things inside the house, man, they've got all kind of triangle pyramids, candles, crystals. They use the gemstones as well on the left hand side, mini altars, you know, incense burners going. And I'm like, yo, this person telling me, yeah, I'm an asset manager at this company, yeah. And you'd think they're all corporate and just doing corporate shit. Not at home. They're left hand spiritualists, man. I know that for a fact. I got photos upon photos on my phone of these high-end people going in their houses, and even low-level people going in their houses and seeing all kind of shrines, man. It's crazy out here. Exodus 22:18, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. End the story. What happened to them? They get burnt with fire, man. They get put to death. Okay? Right? You know, it's as simple as that, man. They're going to get put to death, man. Put to the death. And that's what's going to happen with a lot of these black bitches out here, man. You think they're nice and cute and, yeah. No. A lot of them be fucking witches, man. They're witches out here. No enchantment against Jacob. Saying to say, brothers, worry, you know, because, hey, look, the Lord's got us. But at the same time, don't be stupid and tempt the Lord. Don't deal with people that you know is going to end up being bad for you, man. You know. Numbers 23:23, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, of the Most High wrought. You know, so, hey, the Lord's elect is protected, man. Ain't no bullshit gonna come onto the Lord's elect. By the end of the day, man, we're not ignorant to the stuff that's going on out here, man. It's absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. You know, big Shirley Satan, man. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up here. There's many more scriptures I could get into, but, you know, it's crazy, man. Kind of prove the point, man. Shalom.